Look at this picture of Tokyo. Now look at this image of New York. Now this picture of Tokyo again. Notice anything? Tokyo is one of the most popular cities in the world for everything it has and for one thing it doesn't have: litter. The city of 13 million people consistently ranks as one of the cleanest in the world. But how does a major metropolis with almost twice as much foot traffic as New York City stay so clean? It's because cleanliness has been etched into Japan's national identity since about the 1800s.
Which was a time when Japan was very concerned about becoming and being seen as quote unquote civilized.
Historian Eiko Maruko Seniaur is referring to a period when Japan was going from a closed-off isolationist regime to one that opened itself and its borders up to Western civilization and trade.
Part of that was, paying attention to health and sanitation and cleanliness, which isn't to say that the city was actually clean. It just means that it started to be something that was thought about in the late 1800s more than it had been in the past.
The value Japan places on cleanliness can actually be traced to the 1964 Olympics, the first time the country hosted the Games. It was also the first time it hosted people from around the world after aligning itself with Nazi Germany and its subsequent defeat in World War II. Japan literally had to clean up its act.
It was very important for Japan as a host, again, to appear quote unquote civilized and modern, or you might say kind of re-civilized and remodernized after the war. This is kind of Japan wanting to be kind of embraced back into a community of nations after the war. And so there was a lot of concern, as a host nation, you don't want people to come and to see kind of poorly managed sanitation. You don't want them to have to deal with kind of, mosquito-borne diseases and so on.
But the thing was, Japan's sewage system wasn't all the way ready, so they kind of had to fake it till they made it.
There were also special schedules during the Olympics so that those places that were not on a sewer system and still had their human waste taken away by trucks. This is kind of a system of what's called night soil, where human waste would be taken out and used as fertilizer elsewhere, that those trucks would not be coming through to collect human waste at any time when any visitor to Tokyo could see them. So there were special schedules for that. And there was also just a lot of attention to keeping the city clean.
Today, tidiness is built into school curriculums. In many schools, students as young as 5 have cleaning time baked into their school schedule every single day. We're talking mops, brooms, and wipes, deep cleans. And it helps that there aren't many public trash cans in Japan due to security concerns, so people take their trash home with them. Cleanliness stays with Japanese residents when they leave the country too. During the Russia World Cup, Japanese fans made headlines when they stayed behind to pick up trash from the stadium. The team also made headlines when FIFA's general coordinator tweeted about how immaculate they left their locker room, calling it an example for all.